On a dating app, how do you go from getting just 1 or 2 matches a month to having over 50 guys drooling, begging you to marry them on the spot without changing a picture or telling a bold-faced lie?
They want to marry you?
Heck?
It's not impossible because one of our listeners says it happened to her, and all it took was adding 3 little numbers to her bio.
Numbers?
Girl, don't give your number out.
Wait,
I know.
what? Only 3?
It's not Brooke's total body count. Don't worry. There's many, many more numbers than that.
It's just 999.
You're gonna,
Which is fine. That's fine.
You'll find out what it was when we do your brand new second date update next. We're always talking about how much trouble guys have standing out on the dating apps.
Yeah.
We never really discuss the ladies and their struggles when they're online.
They don't have struggles, Jen.
Yeah, of course they do. They have to deal with you.
Yeah.
There
Dude,
it
you
is.
see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I can see that.
Duh.
Okay,
That's
that
way
makes
worse.
sense.
One of our
Right.
listeners, Jossie, says that she's been trying for a bit till she finally figured out a dating hack that's worked for her like a charm.
Oh, where she actually found like a quality person online?
Yeah, that's also different. Maybe somebody looking for actual love.
Well, she's going to tell us about it so that Alexis can steal all the men. So,
oh, here we go.
Jossie, welcome
Like
to the
Alexis
show.
doesn't already.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
We're interested in what's going on with you.
Yeah, we have our notepads out so we can figure out what this hack is. But
Yeah.
I guess maybe you should start with the guy that it worked on. What's his name?
His name is Sean.
Okay.
Okay.
And so what is your problem with dating apps? Like, what do you struggle with?
So
Like,
I've been on dating apps for about 6 months, and I've heard of all these girls getting like hundreds of messages.
yeah.
And unfortunately, I am definitely not one of those women. And I don't know why, like I'm not
Aw.
bad looking.
Well, I can help. I can help with that. Why don't you just let me know your info and I'll
It's
message
better if
you.
you're
Yeah.
avoiding those messages.
She wasn't fishing for anything there. I think she was just telling us.
I may be part of the problem.
Quality, not the quantity.
But it does feel like maybe there's something about your profile that isn't clicking
Yeah.
right for people, right? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, there has to be something because, again, I don't think I'm like crazy bad looking or anything. Like I do all
Yeah.
the regular things. I put like what I like in my bio and everything.
See, I can already see where you're messing up.
Boring? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, guys want someone that seems like they're really at a low point in their life.
What?
Really struggling.
This girl is hot and desperate.
Yep.
Let's get her.
I can fix her.
No. What did you change? You didn't add more desperation to your profile, did you?
No,
I'm so thirsty.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I hope not.
What's your strategy then?
So I actually added to my profile my credit score.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, this is a thing right now.
Oh.
Is it?
Mhm.
Is
Really?
it?
Yeah, it's 804. So
Dang, girl.
Nice.
That's your credit score?
Girl, we're buying a house.
Oh my God.
What is
I-
it? I thought it was out of 800. What is a credit score out of?
I think it's like 820.
No, it's
820,
more.
you're right.
We're not the most
Whatever.
financially literate
I know, 'cause
group
I've
in
been
this
checking
room,
my
so-
credit.
I'm guessing that Alexis doesn't put her credit score on her
I
dating
don't know where to
profile.
find mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, you put 804 in your profile. That's just what you said?
yeah, I put 804 and then I put gold digger instead of gold digger, like GOAL.
Yes, that's
Gold
good.
digger.
I like
That's
that.
funny.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I guess people thought I was clever because,
It is.
after that, it worked. And I got tons of messages from all these guys who were literally ready to, like, marry me.
I
Look at
feel
that.
like
Wow.
you,
See,
seem
just-
you seem like you're immediately smart and driven.
And despite what you two say, men do read.
Oh, just stop there. I was like, read what? No, you meant read.
Okay, yeah.
I meant dating profiles, but
So it sounds like Sean was one of the guys that reached out to you.
Yeah, so he reached out to me and we were just chatting. Like, it was super fun, and we did talk about my credit score and he made a cute joke about it. And he was like, I said, I hope just because I have an 804 credit score, you're not assuming I'm paying for the date, are you?
Oh, okay.
Hey.
And he was like, no, you're paying for the first 3.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh. Okay.
That's funny.
I like this.
Yeah, right. So he seems like clever and cute. So I'm like, why not go to drinks with him?
All right.
And
Sure.
what was it like when you met up with him?
So I showed up a little late. I'm not going to lie, which might have been, not the best. But like once I got there, it was so nice and he was great and we were getting along really well.
Okay, he didn't seem put off by you being late? Like what, like 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's not
He didn't
horrible.
seem like mad or anything at me.
Okay,
But
cool.
the only thing was that like we weren't as flirty as I was hoping. And like, we did end up talking about like a lot of like budgeting and like,
Oh.
It's like the opposite problem.
Or did he come to you
Yeah,
for
it was-
financial advice because you have your stuff together?
no, literally, that's what I felt like. And then I gave him a recommendation for a tax person.
No.
He was so excited.
Oh, God.
All the hosts in the room around me are coming off like this is a bad thing. I think it's sexy,
It
by
is.
the way.
Hot, huh?
She didn't even think it was hot.
Well, we didn't kiss, so, that also just kind of threw me off. Instead, I just kind of gave him the tax guy's number, and it was like, good night, okay, thanks.
So this guy sounds like he thought you were like a financial advisor
Oh,
more than
man.
anything.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like there could have been a spark if, like, we did change
Move
it
on.
up. Yeah, and moved on.
I mean, you can get stuck on a subject,
Yeah.
like that's easy
It's
to do on
possible.
a date.
I mean, I can't stop thinking about my credit score right now too. Now that we brought it up,
But
so.
is it possible that you think maybe he like had the wrong intentions when he came into the date and just wanted that, and maybe he's not the right guy for you?
I'm wondering because I texted him. I was like, had so much fun, like just like a follow-up text, and now he's not even responding, and it's been a week and a half.
Have you talked to your tax person? Has he responded to him or her?
I didn't check in on that, but I definitely should. That's a good call.
Okay. Well, now that you've fixed him financially, we just have to fix him romantically and get you guys on a second
So
date, okay?
easy.
Guys love to be fixed.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I've heard.
Women love fixing them.
Yes.
Oh, God, don't, Alexis.
And I am a keeper-upper, ladies, if you're
just like
listening.
taking notes when
Oh,
you
wait,
talk
I'm
to
a
Alexis.
fixer-upper.
It's a perfect circle. We're going to complete it when we do your second date update. Next. Do you find financial talk arousing?
What?
What?
Oh, my God. My mom is so excited right now.
Oh, no.
My depreciating asset is in a Class C stock.
Oh.
Am I able to transfer the interest it incurs overseas
Oh, is it
I
compound?
don't even know
without
it.
penalty?
What?
Is there Google Translate for this?
No. He took a different economics class than I did, I think.
Or are you more like Jose, where every time he opens up his wallet, it's like an onion and it makes him cry?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's a long cry I'm crying. I'm still going. Wait.
Very depressing inside of that wallet.
I will say when I open my portfolio, I do cry like that.
Yeah, it checks out.
It is
Oh, God.
awful.
But one of
There's
our
a humble
listeners
brag.
is wondering if she was used for her financial expertise because she posted her excellent credit score right there on her dating app.
And it worked. It got us so many messages.
Got her matched up with Sean, but instead of getting a kiss at the end of their date, she ended up just giving him the contact info to her tax guy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, great for him, not quite as sexy and good for her.
Yeah.
But
mean,
she's not giving up. That's
No.
the good news.
No, that is good. And I was just wondering, did you end up paying for the date or did he? Because he made the joke.
yeah.
He made the joke that you were going to pay because your credit score was so high.
We split it.
Oh, that's not.
That's also not a sexy move.
I mean, financially responsible, but not hot.
It was okay with me. I handle my business, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's just like after the
Yeah.
joke and then to still split it.
It's
You know,
Yeah.
like, you know.
It would have been a
Yeah.
smart move to joke and then have him pay.
I know.
Right.
You should have
Yeah.
bankrolled him for a year, and then it would have been okay.
And if he paid in Bitcoin.
But let's get right into this call, okay? I'm going to dial Sean right now. We'll see what he has to say. Here we go.
Hello?
Oh, Sean,
Hey.
are you in the bathroom?
Is this Sean?
Yes, it is.
He's in a cave.
Who am I speaking with?
Are you mining right now?
Sure. Your phone is a little bit echoey, Sean, but we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Does this sound better?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I was on my lunch break.
Oh,
well,
sorry about that.
hate to interrupt you on your lunch break, Sean, but we do have some important business to discuss with you regarding a woman that you went out with recently named Jossie.
A woman? Wait.
You know, women, they're like men, but with different parts.
Yeah, I'm familiar with women.
Okay. Do you remember?
You sounded confused when I said woman, so I'm just clarifying.
Do you remember your date with Jossie? You guys went to drinks?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, newsflash, she is a woman. And other newsflash, she really liked you and wants to see you again.
Oh, well, that's really sweet of her.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a positive to you. Did you not think that already?
I mean, it was a good vibe. It just was a it wasn't a typical date. Our topic of discussion wasn't, how you get to know someone. It wasn't like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think she wanted it to be a date, though.
I'll be honest. We heard a little bit about your date from Jossie, and she mentioned that the talk went into like finances.
She said it was a little stiff and
Yeah.
a little bit too much financial.
Yeah, she was really money oriented.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, God. I don't think...
I thought you were the one asking her some of the questions about how she got her credit score so good.
That was on her dating profile. So,
Yeah.
you want to kick it off with something that's in their bio.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and that makes
I know.
sense.
It sounds like she got stuck in talking about it, and she felt like you guys never got to be flirty with each other.
Well, okay, so she was 15 minutes late to the date because she was trying to find, like, the cheapest gas. Like, there was some gas that was 7 cents less than all the other gas stations, and so she had to have that gas.
I think
Oh,
I
wait.
would know someone like that. Go
She-
out of their way to save a couple bucks.
She said you weren't bothered by her being late.
I wasn't bothered about her being late. It was the reason why she was late. And then she stopped at the dollar store because they had the best paper towel at the best price.
Oh?
Oh. She had,
Wait,
she
and she-
had to get that done before she met up with you.
Is she...
I mean, in her defense, those paper towels can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, they add one more layer.
Especially
one more
doing the
ply.
Why would
earth-friendly kind.
No, you guys.
Yeah, now
Dollar
we're
Tree
talking.
sells those.
Stop. Why were you asking her about this?
She was the one that brought it up. Like, she said I was doing this and I was doing that.
Okay.
Oh.
Just finding cheap gas and buying dollar store paper towels.
All right, so she's thrifty, and you don't like that.
Man, she could be thrifty all she wants.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if we were in a relationship, I will not be chastised about paying an extra 75 cents for some ranch.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait,
is
is
that
that
like-
a random example?
Yeah, it's like a
Please.
hypothetical, you're saying.
No, that happened. That's not a hypothetical.
What do you mean
Wait.
she chastised you?
What happened?
Yeah, what does chastise even mean?
I ordered some French fries and I wanted a side of ranch.
Oh, yeah. You're speaking my language.
Good call.
And the waitress said it'd be 75 cents.
Okay.
Okay.
And she was like, 75 cents? Cancel the ranch. He doesn't need it.
Whoa,
Okay.
that's
She
okay.
canceled
Don't
your ranch?
Don't
You
you ever
can't do
cancel
that.
my ranch.
That might cross a line.
That is so
So wait, did you have to eat dry fries?
There was ketchup on the table.
Oh, yeah, the freaking ketchup.
Well,
I was
still.
just dipping him in his water.
I feel like Jossie has some splaining to do, and she can do that right now.
And she owes you ranch, by
Hey,
the way.
hey, we
Something.
can come back from this.
I don't think so.
I need to let you know, Sean, Jossie's been on the other line listening, wanting to talk to you.
What? She's listening?
Yeah. That's how the segment works.
Jossie.
Jossie, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Oh.
Wow.
It was 75 cents. Like, I could make a whole bottle for 75 cents. I thought, I was doing a favor. I wanted to make sure he was taken care of.
No one
Okay.
needs you to churn a bottle of ranch or however it's
You
I
made.
just
know.
buy the packets. I mean,
You're on the date, and they say this is how much something costs. You pay that. That's
Yeah.
that's
Not even
That's how restaurants work.
Exactly. It's one thing if it was like, oh, this steak is $50 more.
but listen, you guys, she thought she was helping. Okay, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why. So I guess he was upset I was 15 minutes late.
It's not because you were late. It was why you were late.
Yeah.
If I waited any longer, I would have been out of the paper towels at the dollar store.
I bet they go fast. Yeah.
Yeah, they run out by 6 every single week.
Okay.
And I was on my last roll. I needed to stop there. There's nothing I could have done.
Okay.
It's a matter of life
You don't
and
have,
death
like,
then.
regular
Okay.
Sean,
washcloth or a
Sean,
towel?
you can look past that.
No, she should have did. She should have taken the napkins from the restaurant. I'm surprised she didn't do that.
Who's
How
the
do you know?
financial expert now,
Are
Josh?
you guys gonna just be stealing napkins
That's
every time you go on
You
dates?
two are like a dynamic duo.
Hey, put them
This
in
is-
your
John,
purse.
do you do that? That's honestly not a bad idea. That was good
Oh,
thinking.
now you piqued her interest, Sean.
Is she joking? I don't think she's joking, actually. I don't think she's joking.
You guys probably keep the ketchup packets too.
All the
Maybe
time.
just saying, usually at the grocery stores, you can get the ranch dip behind the counter as well for free, where the chicken strips are.
I feel like Brooke has a problem.
We're getting into the same problem that they did, where we're getting too deep into the
I know,
financial talk.
I know,
Okay, let's
it
pull
really
it back
is.
and talk to Sean
Trying
for
to
a
help.
second. Because Sean, what you don't know is that before we called you, she was telling us how strong of a connection she felt the two of you had.
and how she wanted to redo because she didn't feel like it went great the first time.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that Jossie still feels the same way as she did before and is still into him. Jossie, are you still up for going out with him one more time on our dime? That's a smart financial decision right there.
It's free.
I mean, that does sweeten the deal, but honestly, like, I want someone that looks at my strategizing with my money and thinks that that's a great thing instead of thinking I'm cheap.
I mean, that's understandable.
I bet he doesn't even hire his nieces and nephews to landscape the house so he can write it off like I do. It saves me $70 a year.
What?
Oh,
Landscaping?
Are you kidding me?
another financial gem from Jossie.
Like, man, she is out of control.
Dude, 804. That's what her credit score is. 804.
Yeah, you have to plan these things.
Okay.
Is it worth it?
I don't think so.
So-
Maybe not for
Save
love.
a couple bucks.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like you guys aren't going to match up and meet up one more time.
No.
So,
Negative.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
come on.
Jossie, I'm telling you, you're going to see him at that dollar store trying to get those paper towels from you next week.
Yeah, he better get there early because I'm blocking him out if he's there.
Oh, dang.
actually, let's all go to the dollar store.
Maybe Alexa and I go to the regular store, like regular people.
Why pay more?
Okay.
Because it's convenient. You pay for the convenience.
Okay, we're going to the Ranch Factory instead. Let's do that. We don't agree on the Ranch Factory, right?
Bring your cups, kids.
Maybe it's just me, but I think some of the best how we met stories start with something really awkward or embarrassing happening. Like we met when I found her using the urinal in the men's bathroom.
What? I mean,
Meet story?
I've
Okay.
never done that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guilty.
never. That's so crazy. Why would anyone do that?
Or she helped me up when I fell into the grave pit at the clown funeral.
No.
Oh, no.
Also never done that.
But not too long ago, we heard about one of the most hilarious yet embarrassing first dates ever. And now that story is going to be adding a chapter 2.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
They're both back to tell us more
Yes,
about their
yay.
blossoming relationship.
Yo, right.
Hopefully awkward and blossoming during a brand new second date update next.
Ooh.
Most of the time when we have listeners come back on the show for another second date update, it's because we screwed up on the first try
Well.
and failed to help them.
Yeah, I mean, it seems
You're right,
a
Brooke.
little
It is
harsh.
what we do best. I
But-
agree. But that's actually not the case today because we have a guy named Abraham on the phone. I don't know if you remember him, but last time he was on, good old Honest Abe was at a bowling alley eating grilled cheese sandwiches when he accidentally started chatting with another random woman that he thought was his date.
Dude, grilled
Yes.
cheese girl.
Right.
Yeah, we all strive to be her.
And she turned out to be someone completely different, not related at all.
Totally.
Yeah, and she ordered like how many grilled cheeses?
Like 12.
Yeah, and ate them all
Like,
without
just-
talking.
That's a
I'm
savage.
sorry, he didn't even want to date her. He wanted to date his actual date.
Yeah,
but like,
She was very intriguing.
I don't think the menu was the main part of the story, Brooke.
Oh,
you
man.
tend to focus on the food part a lot.
it was amazing.
The part that I remember is that we got a yes from his date at that time.
His actual date, not
Right.
grilled cheese girl.
And we reconnected him. They were supposed to go out again, so I don't know why he's reaching out to us now. Abraham, what happened?
Hey guys, well, we went out on a couple more dates and it just didn't work out.
It fizzled.
That's
Oh.
too bad, man. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
So now we're calling a different woman, I assume?
Yeah. So her name's Charlotte and she's amazing.
Oh,
Aw,
that's sweet,
That's
Abraham.
what you said about the last girl.
But
so.
hey, come on.
All
there's
right.
a lot of
Where did-
amazing people out there, Jeff.
Sure.
Where did you meet Charlotte?
We met online actually, and she first of all, like her picture is beautiful. She's really smart and funny, and even just like chatting, there was instant chemistry.
Aw.
It was just really nice, and it was just really easy.
You sound so excited. I love this.
I am.
Because I remember last time you called in, we really concentrated on, the other woman that was involved. But this time it sounds like it's all about Charlotte.
And you sounded more
Yeah.
defeated last time. This time you sound optimistic and hopeful, bro.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic for the person. I'm just really embarrassed that I screwed up again.
Oh, no.
You did.
Don't be, bro.
Why?
What'd
What?
you do this
Well, we
Yeah,
don't know
what
that
happened?
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we finally went on our first date. It was going amazingly well, better than expected. We went out to dinner, and about halfway through, I had to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
And then probably one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me
Oh, no.
happened.
Oh.
And,
Oh, no.
and I want to just fully say it was my fault.
Oh.
She had nothing to do with it.
What?
I basically, I had to get out of there.
What?
Wait,
Like
did you have
during
an
the date?
did you have an accident? Is that what you mean? Like you went to the bathroom and had
I would rather not say.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that
Did you
embarrassing?
accidentally kiss another guy in there?
Wait, what? No one was thinking that, Jeff.
That's what always happens to me. It's
I'm
always like,
sure.
oops, how did that happen?
So you ditched her?
So, I mean, not like just cold. So
So you went back to the table and then said you had to leave.
I couldn't. It's hard to
Whoa.
explain. I had to get out of there. And
What?
I went to the car and I texted her. I just said, "Hey, something came up. I'm so sorry. I have to go."
Oh, no.
How could it be
that's
that
bad.
bad where you can't even face her?
Oh.
I mean, at least
I don't
you
know that I
texted
want
her, but-
details if it was that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, that
Oh, man.
that can't feel good. Like Alexis, how would you feel if you were on a date with a guy who went to the bathroom and then never came back and just sent you a text being like, "Sorry, I'm leaving."
I would never talk to him again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, but let's say he paid for your meal and your Uber home.
Oh, money works to save all my problems. So.
See? All right.
Yeah. Here's $100. I'm sorry.
Wait,
She's like,
did you-
Okay.
Did you Venmo Charlotte?
I did actually.
You
Yeah.
did?
Oh, what?
Okay.
Oh, so you paid for the meal still?
Wait, how what did you say?
I basically just said I had an emergency and I had to go. I'm sorry that I had to dip out. And then she basically just replied in emojis, and I didn't know what they meant, but I looked it up, and it was not kind.
Ah,
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
like when you string a bunch of
Okay,
emojis
yeah.
together and they
Yeah.
mean something.
It's like, what does this middle finger emoji mean?
So you're like-
Google that.
Yeah, I mean, I just need your guys' help. I don't want her to know that something like happened in the bathroom.
dude,
Okay.
how are
Okay.
we going to
Be
get you
vague.
another date without telling her what happened?
We'll
But I
have to
guess-
find a way to skirt around it, but
Oh, man.
we'll play a song, we'll come back, and I normally don't have to ask our listeners to do this, but please, for the love of God, do not use the bathroom in between these two songs because I don't know what's going to happen to you in there, Abraham, but we need you for the second part of this, okay?
Yeah, so stay put.
Oh no, no, not going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. We'll come back. We'll get your second date update right after this.
You're in the middle of a second date update, and we're going to find out how the couple is doing right after you hear part 2.
What happens in the bathroom stays in the bathroom. At least today it does.
Oh, we're going to keep it there.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Just
I think it
one
should
time
always.
and one time only. Because
Oh.
one of our
most of the
listeners,
time.
Abraham, had something embarrassing go down while he was using the restroom in the middle of his first date.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it was so bad, he had to just ditch right there.
Oh, I just feel so bad for him. I can't imagine what.
I feel
bad
bad for
for-
both.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, but it's like, oh, it's so embarrassing.
We feel bad and we don't even know the details of what happened because he's too shy to even tell us. Now, to his credit, he did Venmo his date Charlotte to pay for the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he was
good.
sorry and he asked for a redo.
All over text,
And
right?
all he's gotten back are vulgar emojis.
Uh-huh.
Deserved.
I mean, if
Hope-
you're ditched in the middle of a restaurant,
Yeah.
you're not going to believe any excuse somebody gives you.
Yeah.
Abraham, how hopeful are you for this one?
On a scale of 1 to 10, like 7.5.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
high.
higher than me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
I can kind of see that because
This is going to be hard.
all you got to do is get her to just forgive you. And then other than that, that's the only bad thing that happened on the date.
How do
that
you
very easily.
how do you forgive someone when you don't tell them what happened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, because you don't want us to mention anything about an embarrassing situation.
We just need a good enough lie.
Food poisoning?
Oh.
Common.
Yeah. And could be
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. I think we won't expose you for whatever happened.
Okay.
Well, mainly we're not going to expose him because we honestly have no idea what
I
happened.
know
So
he's
Yeah.
actually smart not to tell us.
anyway,
We leak that stuff
Yeah.
all the time.
let's just call Charlotte and see what she has to say. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Charlotte?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Charlotte. This is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
You have a lovely voice, by the way. I just feel like I need to say that.
Yeah.
And a nice name.
Beautiful name.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know my name? How did you get my number and my name?
Oh, I didn't even get to compliment your number. Beautiful phone number, too. Lots of wonderful numbers in
Maybe
there.
too thick at this
You're
point.
buttering her up
Yeah.
a lot.
All right. Well, I'm trying to do everything I can because we're calling you, Charlotte, on behalf of one of our listeners who you went out on a date with the other night.
Okay,
Mm.
which guy?
Which that mean you're seeing a lot of guys right now?
Which is fine.
I mean, not
That's
a
what
lot.
dating is.
What's his name?
His name is Abraham.
Ugh.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
freaking jerk wants to get a hold of me now?
He's not a jerk.
Well,
You
I
may
mean,
wanna be.
no.
Yeah.
I can understand why
Yeah.
you're so upset with him, Charlotte.
Right.
Even he
I
gets
can't believe what kind of pathetic guy just ditches someone in the middle of a date and then
Yeah.
like a radio station to get me on the phone and what?
I agree. Despicable. But
yeah.
we're just trying to do our jobs here and trying to help him reconnect with you because he did feel an honest vibe going on.
If he did feel an honest vibe, why would he do that? Like I spent an hour, over an hour getting ready, and then he just abandoned me halfway
Yeah.
through the meal. If he really had an honest connection with me, whatever, that wouldn't have happened.
Charlotte, I can tell you right now, he said it was 100% his fault. It was on him, but he couldn't tell you the reason why he had to leave. He just had to go.
Okay, fine, but then like, he didn't tell you either.
No, that bothered me too. Honestly.
A little sketchy.
I
But
know it's not like he has another girlfriend or wife or anything like that. It's nothing terrible.
well, we don't know that.
Assuming,
But
yeah.
He has no explanation, and there is just no excuse. Like, I don't see any kind of situation unless there was some fantastic reason, like his apartment was on fire or his dog got loose and, like, I don't know, got run over. But I don't know why he would.
wow.
Or his dog was on fire.
yeah, or he got
What, you
kidnapped
guys?
in the bathroom
Oh,
against
that's
his will.
good, Jeff.
You know, maybe the reason isn't important. I think
Well,
how he feels now and how he felt even at the time.
It does matter. I want to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
we can't give you the answers to that, but someone who can is actually on the other line listening right now. It's Abraham.
Hey, Charlotte.
What? Oh my God. Wow. This is how you try to talk to me? And you, oh my God.
Listen. I honestly wish that my house had been on fire.
Whoa.
Like, I wish that was what had happened.
Wow. Hopefully your insurance company isn't listening right now. God.
Oh,
Like,
man.
because the truth is, it's just something very bad and embarrassing happened. I needed to get out of that restaurant.
Like, what, was your ex there or something? Like, you need to tell me.
That would have been preferable to what actually
Really?
happened.
Let's stop naming all the things we would have preferred to have happen.
Abraham, look, I think
Yeah.
in order for this to go well for you, you might need to tell everybody what happened in the bathroom.
We've all had terrible, embarrassing things happen. I once wet
God.
myself in a JCPenney dressing room.
Nobody asked.
I know, but sometimes it's easier to share when other people share
Yeah.
first.
That's
And
why you're not
look,
allowed
you
to
don't
use
have to be
Penny.
specific either. Just give us a general idea of the problem that you faced.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say it, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I really like you, Charlotte, and I want to go on a second date with you. And so the only reason I'm going to embarrass myself.
See?
Okay.
Oh, it's kind of sweet,
It
right?
is sweet.
She says yes.
Okay, just say it.
Okay. I was very excited for our date, and I was very nervous. So I was drinking a lot of water, and I had to go to the bathroom. And so I ran into the bathroom, and I went for the first urinal without even thinking. And I didn't wash my hands before I went to the bathroom. And if you remember that before I went into the bathroom, I was eating hot wings, and I didn't properly clean off my fingers. And then
Oh, wait a
I
minute.
Oh
went to
my
the
God.
bathroom, and I was in a lot of pain.
That happened to my husband once.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Brooke, don't laugh at his pain.
Let him keep going. So you, what?
I think you know what happened. I had hot wing sauce on my fingers, and then it touched a very sensitive area.
Oh.
And it's like, what are you supposed to do? Run to the bathroom and wash it off in the sink?
I mean, you can't. You actually can't. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
So you were in a lot of pain.
Yeah, a glass of
Yeah.
milk won't fix that.
Oh my
Yikes.
God, I am so
sorry.
Yeah.
It makes sense
That is
now.
so embarrassing.
He tried to warn you.
I had no idea. Like, I feel so horrible for it right now.
Oh my god.
Oh
Those are
my
some
God.
Spicy wings, bro.
I wanted to come and talk to you in person, but I was there was tears coming down my face. I had to get home and take a shower.
Well, and what do
Oh
you
my
say? I'm burning down there. I gotta go. Like, no.
Can you imagine what the other people in the bathroom thought as you're crying?
Don't tell him that, Brooke.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's so
Charlotte.
funny.
There's like layers of embarrassment here.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I can't believe he just publicly embarrassed himself in order to go out with you one more time.
Yeah, like something was definitely on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And we can create a different type of fire and keep the spark of romance going.
No wing
That was
wings
smooth.
restaurant,
Yeah,
please.
I don't know. We can have some ranch dip. In,
What?
No,
It's
not
getting
even-
worse.
okay, I'm just gonna
Dude.
ask it flat out then. Charlotte, we'd like to send you and Abraham out on another date, and we'll pay for it.
Honestly, when you first called me, I was like, there's no chance in hell. But
But
I gotta say, like, that takes some guts to say this to me on the radio.
yeah, it
So
does.
I appreciate the effort, and yeah, sure.
All right.
Oh my God.
Abraham,
Oh
we're
my
2 for
God.
2 with you now on second
Yes.
date update.
Holy crap.
Wait, what do you mean 2 for 2?
Oh,
Oh.
You know what? I'll tell you about it at our next date.
Okay.
yeah. It's an embarrassing story. I'd rather not talk about it on the air in front of people. I'm a little shy.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
We've got our wet naps ready because Abraham and Charlotte are both back for an extra spicy edition of the second date update.
Let's
Yeah.
hope not.
I have a feeling that he is only ordering really tame vanilla food from here on out.
No sauce, please.
Yeah.
Naked wings.
Abraham, Charlotte, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to talk to you two.
How's your relationship?
We're
We're
going.
doing pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going
Hey.
strong.
You're still
Oh,
going strong.
Look at that, you're
Hey.
finishing each other's sentences, you know.
Yeah.
/ talking over each other and not listening.
Jeff's annoyed.
Yeah.
Whatever. What's the big update though? Like just that you guys are together and you're doing good?
It's working?
Yeah, we're really happy.
Aw.
But
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I do have kind of a bone to pick with you guys.
Oh.
With us?
Yeah, with you guys.
What?
So, you know how you guys gave us a gift card for the second date?
Yeah. So that we would pay for your meal when
Yeah.
you went out again?
We do that
Right.
with everyone.
So it expired. It was already expired.
Oh,
Wait.
Jeffrey, I blame Jeffrey.
Wait. It was expired when you got it or you waited too long to go out?
No. We went like a week afterwards,
Oh no.
and then like they just said, sorry, it's not valid
Oh
anymore.
no.
That is-
okay. Yeah.
That's so
That's on
embarrassing.
promotions. They do give us the old gift
Unless
cards.
Alexis took it into like one of the suntan beds with her and wiped it clean.
Deactivated it.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Oh, God.
That's so embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
Guys.
Did you contact our promotions department?
No, we ended up just splitting the bill, and it
Oh.
was just kind of a funny story for our friends.
Oh,
Yeah, about this
man.
cheap radio station. I feel like I should Venmo you some money or someone on
Do
the
that,
show.
Brooke. Yes.
Yeah.
No, let's all vote
Maybe
Brooke Venmo.
all
them.
Okay,
together.
Brooke will send you $2,000. Just give us our
Yeah.
Venmo.
Nice. Like $60.
I wouldn't complain about that.
All
Okay,
right.
that's not true.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. That's also an expired
No,
offer.
it's on air. It's legal.
But your guys' relationship, that's still intact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been 8 or 9 months.
Wow.
We avoid any place that sells wings, basically.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Good. That's super
Aw.
sweet.
I wouldn't be able to eat wings on my own. It was
You're
so
scarred.
hard with my ass.
No, without laughing my ass off.
Oh, that's
amazing.
great.
I hope you guys
Yes.
serve him at the wedding.
Sometimes the success or failure of a first date can all come down to that one final moment right before you leave.
Oh,
How do you end the night?
for
Ooh.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why my go-to move is walk them to the door,
Mm.
gently brush their hair behind their ear.
Aw.
You look deep into their eyes and I whisper, "You like that?"
No. I knew you were going to do that. I hate
It's his go-to. It works every time.
I love how much Alexa.
I actually hate it. It makes me nauseous.
It's so
It makes me so happy for some reason.
I hate that.
Nausea is the first symptom of it, and then it gets really hot after
And
that.
then you got to kiss.
She is so uncomfortable
I hate
right
Melts
now.
them like rainbow sherbet in a sauna.
Yeah.
But as smooth as that may sound to most people, one dude out there might have just beat me out. Because his closing move was not only fun and flirty and adventurous, it also comes with pizza.
Ooh,
yay.
let's go.
So I guarantee there's going to be guys everywhere trying to steal this because it's next level smart. You're going to hear it in your brand new second date update right after this.
so hot.
When someone tells you they went on the best date of their entire life,
Oh my gosh.
it's very exciting.
Yes.
But that could mean a lot of different things to different people.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like for Brooke,
Uh-huh.
that's probably eating a corn dog in a porta potty after downing an entire bucket of sangria.
Oh my god. Sounds so fun.
Right?
It's
For,
like
Ho-
a fairy tale.
Yeah, I'm not even with anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just by
Just her.
myself in there. Yeah.
for Jose, it would probably be staying at home. One bowl of pho, 2 spoons.
Aw.
Playing Fortnite together while they take
Oh.
turns trash talking the preteens.
Yeah, and I'm sitting on her lap.
Yeah.
See? But for one of our listeners, Zoe, she emailed saying she went on the best date of all time.
Oh my gosh, Zoe, I'm so excited to talk to you.
We're wanting to hear what this is. Welcome to the show, Zoe.
Hi, thank you so much. I cannot wait to tell you about my date. It was so good.
Oh,
Wow.
listen to your voice. It had to have involved funnel cake.
Were you eating anything inside of a porta potty?
No, but I went out with this guy named Miles.
Okay.
I
Okay.
met him on a dating app,
Uh-huh.
and he looked like Post Malone, but like buffer, but with no tattoos.
Okay. All right. That's a good look.
I'm having a hard time visualizing what
Is that really
Post
the
Malone
closest
without
reference?
tattoos.
Yeah, curious to
No.
know.
I'm imagining like Toby Maguire now.
I don't know. I'm just excited for her. She's in that sing-song voice. Anytime you have that
Yeah.
voice,
Yeah.
you know you're just happy.
Why is
Okay.
he attractive to you?
He was so hot. If you saw him, you would understand.
Okay. Hot buff Post Malone, no tattoos.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Exactly. And so we, texted back and forth. We hit it off online. So we decided to meet up for drinks, right?
Okay.
Nice.
Were you this excited going into the date?
Kinda.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe that's a good thing. Guys
Yeah.
can vibe off of that
Yeah,
energy.
and it sounds like you ride on a high frequency already.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the date. How did that go?
So we met up for drinks, and he looked just like his picture, but even hotter.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay. So we didn't take a Post Malone photo and Photoshop it to make it look the way you wanted
He's
to.
better. We're going to call him Most Malone.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
okay.
like that.
All right.
Oh, he was the perfect package. And so we're chatting, and he's fun and creative, and then he like gets playful, and he's like, you know what? Let's play I Spy. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Wait, like the
Like-
color game that I play with my kids?
Yeah.
Well, like I Spy, and you say something you see, right?
Yeah, and it could be
Right.
anything. Like,
But are
I
you making
spy
it
with my
flirty or
little
it's
eye.
actually like
Yeah.
trees
How-
and stuff?
I spy the color gray.
I spy a salt shaker.
Yeah. How did romantic Post Malone do it?
Romantic Miles he laid on the charm, and he said, I spy someone really cute.
Oh
and
my
then
god.
you got jealous and you were like,
You-
who is she?
Yeah.
Your voice went to just an octave that I think only dogs could hear just there.
Yeah.
So he was talking about you, right?
Well, I hope so, but I didn't want to be presumptuous. So, I said, is it the bartender? And then he was like, no. And so then I'm like,
Cute.
is it me? And he's like, yes. And I was like, oh my God, I love this.
I mean, yeah, you were not like turned off at all. The fact that it's a little bit cheesy, maybe.
Are you listening to her?
She's like, I can't believe it was me.
I can't believe it took me 40 guesses to finally get there.
What about that bartender? What about that bartender?
I won the game.
There's no way. Okay. Well, if you liked it, that's great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I liked it. His charm worked for me.
Okay, what happened next? It feels like this is leading straight into a kiss.
Well, we did get a little peck, and then we decided, you know what? We should go. It's really late. And so I looked up Uber, and they were like crazy expensive.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, maybe I could stay with them longer, right?
He didn't want to pay for the expensive Uber?
The only person excited about surge pricing.
What do you do?
Well, so once again, he pulls out his creativity card, and he's like, let's go to this pizza place I know up the street. And then ask them if we order a large pizza, will the delivery driver take us home?
No.
And I'm like,
That's so creative.
Actually,
genius.
I hate to give him credit for that, but that is a good idea.
I mean, they're going to drive to your house anyway.
Dude,
It's
totally.
included in the price.
And a delivery driver would be like, an extra $20, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Did they do that?
so we asked them, and they said yes.
Oh.
You're going to have to deliver 40 other pizzas along the way.
Yeah.
We'll eventually get you there.
Luckily, he didn't. So the cool thing is we got to ride home and eat pizza and continue our conversation.
With
and then
just like the pizza delivery guy sitting in the front seat?
Yeah.
I made his night interesting.
True.
So how did you guys leave it?
Well, so he gave me a peck kiss because, we were kind of pizza covered. And then we both just left on a high, or at least I did. And, we texted for a couple days after that. And then I haven't heard from him. And
Okay.
Weird.
Do you know if he had like a really busy schedule or something?
No, he didn't say that he did. And I'm just kind of worried that maybe he met somebody else on the dating app.
Because he was such a catch.
Maybe he spied somebody even cuter.
Uh-oh.
That wouldn't
Do
be
not
good.
say that. Do not say that.
That's the backfire of the I Spy game.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just hoping that you guys can call and see what's going on because I don't want this guy to get away because he's like the perfect guy and it was like the best date.
It sounds so fun. It really
It was
does.
so fun.
I'm honestly a little bit nervous to hear how excited he's going to be. If it's the same level of excitement, the
We just-
speakers might explode in the
Keep
studio.
topping each other.
So
Yeah.
we'll find out, though. We'll come back. We'll call Most Malone for you and try and get your second date update right after this. If you're just joining us, we're talking to one of the least excited people that
sarcasm.
we have ever had on the show.
I see.
Okay.
Boy, has she been a downer.
Yeah. Real depresso.
Yeah, Zoe is her name.
Oh, her name is even like
I know.
bubbly.
I know. Zoe Zing. I
Yeah.
assume her last name is.
Yeah, her and a guy named Miles met up for some drinks, played a pretty boring game of I Spy, it sounded like, and then convinced a pizza place that if they bought a large pie, they could ride home with the delivery guy in the back seat.
So genius.
Oh, it was.
Look, I'll give her credit for a fun date, but her recap was just such low energy.
Oh my God. If people are just tuning in, again, Jeff's being
This
sarcastic.
is very sarcastic.
Wait till you...
Play the tape back and prove me wrong.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Zoe can turn it up a notch for this
Zoe?
next part. Shift out of neutral into first gear. Zoe, you need a coffee or something to perk up?
Oh, no.
No, I've had like 4 already. I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. We can hear that.
Maybe you need 4 more or something.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm excited, you guys. This is member Most Malone, the guy of her dreams.
Most Malone.
At
That's
least
right.
one person is excited on this phone call. I guess it's going to have to be Brooke.
I think it's a few of us.
No.
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, we
that's
know.
right, girl.
We know.
Listen to the depression in her voice. Anyway.
Hey, the one thing we never asked you is why do you think he's not calling back?
Oh, yeah.
Did you say that already?
No, I don't know. And that's why I've tried to lay low and only text like twice a day.
Good.
But I'm not like over texting, but it's not helping.
Wait, are you texting twice a day without responses?
Yeah, is that bad?
Yeah, only twice. He's not going to know. He's not going to know that you're into him if you're only texting him
I
twice.
need a girl to text me at least 50 times.
You
That's
guys,
a signal.
Zoe, that's also sarcasm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not usually a good thing.
Well,
Too late now, so.
Yeah.
Two
but
isn't awful. If it's like hi, and then later in the day it's like, okay, well, hope you're having a good day. And
she
then you
hasn't
can
heard
stop.
from him in over a week. That is
Oh, I
like.
thought she said 2 days.
No, it doesn't matter. Texting's for suckers anyway, so we're just going to call him
There
the
we
old
go.
school
Let's
way.
go.
Get it done.
least she
Ready,
hasn't
Zoe?
called
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Never going to get her up. So let's just do it. Here we go.
Hello, this is Miles.
Oh, hey.
Very formal.
You are formal,
Yeah.
Miles.
What's up, Miles?
What's up?
We're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Brooke and Jeffrey?
Wow.
Thank you.
Hello.
You're very casual and
What's
cool.
going on?
Look, he's
what is
all the
vertical
things,
with
Jeff.
you?
He's all the things.
We've-
That's why he's most Malone.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about you, Miles, actually, from one of our listeners that you went on a date with recently named Zoe.
From Zoe, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
We're doing something called a second date update, trying to help her figure out why the two of you haven't met up for another date.
Jeez. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. All right. That's fun.
Okay.
Oh, for everyone listening, he's also being sarcastic.
Shh, we're not going to take it that way.
Tell us we want to know more about Zoe and what you thought of her.
Yeah. Zoe. So, all right, this is a girl we met online, and it was we had a very good time. I had a very good time on the date.
Good.
Yay.
She said it was a great date.
Awesome.
It sounds like
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did.
Was she as depressing on your date as she was when we talked to her?
Yeah. No. Very fun-loving girl. That's for
Oh,
sure.
really?
Okay.
I'd love
Yeah.
to.
Good.
And I was having fun too. We were having a good time. I was feeling loose. She's someone you can joke around with and stuff. She was a good time. We were having a good time.
So
Okay.
if you have all these positive things to say about her and she made you feel all these good ways and you could be loose in yourself, then why not meet up with her one more time?
So I guess she told you about our date. She told you about the pizza delivery guy. I had him drive us home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the hack you did
Yeah.
to get a cheap ride home instead of Uber.
Yeah. And she was so cool about that too. I'll say that. Like, not every woman would necessarily be super cool about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not every woman would get in the car of a complete stranger with.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there is pizza in
Yeah.
the back of that car, so
Yeah.
I feel like pretty
That's
much
a game
anybody would do
changer,
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so during the ride home, as we're going home, we were laughing, we were having a good time, and she said to me, I'm just having such a good time with you. You're so much fun. You're so great. I don't want anyone else to have you. I don't want anyone else to match with you. I'm going to report you on the app so that you can't talk to anyone.
That's
Oh.
funny.
Yeah, and like she said it as she was laughing, and I'm laughing too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'll report you first,
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's
It's
a
kind
funny
of a funny
joke.
moment.
Sure enough, a couple days later, I get a notification that I got reported on the app.
No.
Are you sure that's
What?
not coincidence?
Are you sure it was her?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure that it was her, but I haven't met up with anybody else. I
Yeah.
didn't see anybody else.
And are you doing anything inappropriate that would get you reported, bro?
No, I'm not
See?
doing
Like,
anything
what the heck?
inappropriate.
Wouldn't you ask her about it? Like she said, you guys were texting.
And then
Well,
you
she was
stopped.
texting.
No, she was texting, and then that came through, and she said she was going to do that, so I figured it was her.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I was pretty pissed when that came through.
Oh, I was
like,
going to ask, is that a turnoff?
I don't think so, Brooke.
yeah, it's a major turnoff to have a company tell you you've been a creep or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very disturbing and kind of frightening and very
In a way, it's kind of flattering if you think about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't take it that way. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
a good idea. I don't think it's a fun dating hack.
Yeah, Jeffrey's being
Like,
sarcastic.
I don't even know what who knows what she could have reported me for.
Well,
Well,
that's a great question.
here's a fun dating hack. We're going to put the two of you
Oh.
together on the phone right now and let you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
Hey.
You can find out from the source.
Because she's been listening on the other line this whole time, wanting to talk to you.
You know.
Miles,
Hello, Zoe. Hi.
I would
So-
never do that. That was not me.
Oh.
That wasn't you.
Really?
That wasn't you.
I would never do that. Didn't you know how much I liked you and how much fun we had?
Oh.
No, I did. I definitely did. And I definitely remember you saying that you were going to report me, and then I got reported. Oh,
Oh.
you want to just admit that it was you?
No. Don't you remember? I was joking and we were laughing about it and you joked back about it.
I
thought
know.
you-
It was so
you
funny until it
understood.
happened.
Sure said
It
that.
was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well-
Zoe, be honest. Did you do it? Did you report him?
I did not do that. I mean, I like this guy. I want to keep him around in my life, not push him out of it.
It was a kind of a long pause before you continued your sentence.
No, I
Yeah.
believe safer.
So, Zoe, there's 0% chance that you hit the report button. Your finger didn't slip and accidentally.
I mean, the only way that could have happened if maybe I was like blackout drunk one night, and I don't remember that.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem with being
blackout.
blackout drunk. Is
I mean, seriously, if I did do that, which I don't remember doing it would only be because I like Miles so much and I want to see him again.
Okay. Miles, I mean,
Okay.
she told us that she was texting you about twice a day. Was there any evening where she sent you like 60 texts?
that's a good way to judge, Jeff.
Was there one night that was kind of weird?
Yeah.
Just slurred.
I'm looking at them right now. She sent a lot of gifts of penguins being lonely.
Oh,
I don't know.
Only penguin.
Okay.
do you remember that, Zoe?
Those are
Those are red flags. Those are red flags.
Oh, poor Zoe.
Well,
She
I don't know
remembers.
what to believe.
yeah.
Miles, what happened to your fun, funny spirit that you showed me the other night?
Yeah, Miles.
It went away with the dating app membership you blocked me from.
Well, now you don't even have any other options
Oh,
to date
that's
other
true.
people. So,
Hey,
might have
I mean,
to
you
take
might as
it.
well take this.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's
We
an
don't
opportunity.
offer. We don't offer that service on this show. It's only with Zoe.
Yeah, I got to say no. She's not even admitting it. I know it was you, Zoe. I know it was you that caught me.
That- You're never gonna get unblocked now.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to block your phone number now from our radio station.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
I'm reporting
That's
it.
fine. Please block me. I do not want to hear from a radio station again.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, this is backfired.
Okay, now we need to go report.
All
I
right.
kind of saw that coming.
All right,
Jeff.
I'm going to report myself now. It doesn't happen very often, but when Jose is really into a woman, his dating strategy is to go all out.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
will
love it.
take her to the nicest restaurant in town,
Yes.
even if it is in the airport.
Yeah.
He will buy her flowers. He will pull out chairs, open doors, and wow her with his extensive knowledge of the different salmon species and which rivers they spawn in.
Please don't get him started.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Copper
I
River.
know.
Yeah, you're not on the date yet, Jose.
But I love being romantic.
I know, it's so romantic.
But here's the thing. What if I told you there was a smarter, easier way to date where you could still have a wild, adventurous evening and you'll leave with more money than when you came, guaranteed.
It's not about the money, Jeff. I just want to spoil her and make her happy.
Oh, I like Jeff's idea better.
Yeah.
That sounds way more
Give me
better.
the money.
Well, coming from a woman, maybe I should listen a little.
But we just learned about it from one of our listeners, and his idea for a date might actually be genius.
Oh.
You're going to hear what it is in your brand
Does it
new.
have to do with a river?
No.
in
There's no
Alaska?
rivers.
No.
You'll find
Okay.
out in your brand new second date update next. One of the best parts of dating is trying out new things. Like-
You mean like activities?
Yeah.
New activities, new
Yeah.
foods, new
Totally.
felonies.
What?
Because
Oh,
you never know
dang.
what unique experiences you might have and how you're going to feel when
Oh.
you're with this new person.
You like arsony? That's fun.
I never knew that was my jam until I met you.
I'm good at it.
And that's what happened with one of our listeners, Aaron, who says he went out with a new woman and she inspired him to try doing something for the very first time.
Ooh, Grand Theft Auto.
We'll
Are we
find
taking
out.
guesses?
Aaron, is this your first time being on a radio show?
Not my first time, but having one of these conversations, yes.
She's inspired you to do at least 2 new things.
Look at you.
Wow.
Outside of the
Exactly.
box.
This woman already sounds like a keeper. What's her name?
Her name is Becca.
Becca.
Becca, okay.
Where'd you meet Becca?
I met Becca online. It was my first foray.
No, really? Is the first time you ever did online dating?
Yeah, I was always like, my dream was to do it, like find a person in person and connect. And then I was like, you know what? It's been such a struggle. Nobody wants to talk anymore in person. So
Yes.
Makes sense.
The internet is where
Wow.
people go to give up on their previous hopes and
Yeah.
dreams.
I
So
was
that
gonna say,
checks
it's
out.
not much better, buddy, but
Where did you decide to go for your date?
okay, so the plan was we were supposed to just go meet at the bar and have some beers, and that was actually good. But then things
Okay.
kind of got a little out of control.
What do you mean?
oh, really?
In a good way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in a good and bad way, if that makes sense.
I don't think he
Yeah.
means bad as in good either. I think he just means bad.
Yeah, I'm just more confused. Tell us what
Yeah,
happened.
Well,
explain.
Okay, so it sounds weird, but we were drinking at the bar, and then I noticed at the window there was a pawn shop across the street.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're not in a very nice neighborhood. I get it.
What? Hey.
It could be Pawn Stars.
Hey, listen, I grew up hanging out at pawn shops. They are not in the nice neighborhoods.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you saw the pawn shop and what?
And then I was like, this is a little bit weird, but I've always wanted to go to those. Can we check it out? I've never been there.
Oh, an adventure.
So this is the new experience that she inspired you
The
to have.
pawn
Yeah,
shop.
yeah,
Wow.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It could be really romantic and magical inside.
Have you ever been to a pawn shop, Jeffrey?
Well,
Jeff,
no.
You haven't.
They all smell a little weird. They're sad places
Well-
where desperate people go.
Aaron, maybe you had a better experience, Aaron. What was yours like?
Yeah, so we just walked across the street, and she was down with it. And so I popped in, looked around, and I was like, I actually have an idea. And so I went to my car. She waited for me, and I came back, and I was like, I had this old cookie jar in the trunk that my grandma gave me.
What?
And it kind of looked valuable, so, I wasn't sure. So I was like, okay, let's see.
Oh, so here's a
Okay.
good opportunity to get rid of it and maybe make some money.
Yeah, let's get it evaluated.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you brought it in?
Yeah, no, it was like to the guy behind the counter. I was like, hey, how much for this cookie jar? And he was like, nothing.
Oh. See, they lowball you at first.
Yeah, you gotta lie and say, this is a Civil War cookie jar, sir.
He's like, is there diamonds or guns inside of it? That's all that I
It's been in
want.
the family for a bit, and I was like arguing with the guy. I was like, no, it's an antique, and he's like, dude, I can't sell this for anything. But like, as I was just joking. I was like, oh, well, what about the necklace that she's wearing,
Oh.
And
Your date's necklace?
That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
It's an obvious joke.
is it an obvious joke, though?
What did Becca say?
I mean, we're both kind of tipsy, so she was a little offended at first, but she kind of laughed at it when she realized I was joking.
Okay.
And she was like, well, actually, this necklace is from her ex, so she was like, I wouldn't mind really getting rid of it.
Oh.
She was wearing her ex-boyfriend's necklace
Wow.
on her first date
Yeah,
with you?
that's a little bit of a red flag.
Choice.
We could just get him move past that.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes exes give good jewelry.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. It was Tiffany's, I'm sure.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice enough. But so we started negotiating with the guy, and then he was like, I'll give you $80 for it. And she's like, sure. And she got rid of it.
What?
And so I was like, yo, drinking money, man. Let's go back to the
Wow.
bar.
Wait, are you worried? What if it was worth a lot more than that?
They're always worth a lot more than that if they're going to give you $80.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But to get rid of an ex-boyfriend's necklace, it kind of feels
Yeah.
good to get rid of it for cheap, I
Okay.
bet.
Emotional weight.
All right. So now
Okay.
you have $80 to keep drinking.
Yeah, we went back to the bar, and we spent all $80.
There you go.
Hey.
Like, down. It was fun.
Was she just mad that she ended up having to pay for the date then?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
No. She didn't say anything about that. Like, we left the bar. We ended the night with a hug.
Okay.
Okay.
And, I decided I was like, I can't drive home because I'm like really wasted at this point. And so I slept in the backseat of my car, but we got her an Uber.
Oh.
Okay.
You didn't Uber back
Interesting.
with her?
No, I'm fine here. You guys go ahead.
I'm just going to sleep
just
across from the pawn
Hey,
shop.
will you pop the
I
trunk
mean,
for me?
it's okay. It's responsible.
Like I didn't want to leave my car there in the parking lot, and then my grandma's cookie jar's in there too, So I was like,
Oh,
I'll
no.
take her with it.
Not the cookie jar.
That's worth
the
nothing.
drunk guy passed out the back will
Yeah.
protect the jar.
He's like holding
Wait.
the cookie jar, sleeping
Yeah.
with it.
Did your date see you sleeping in the car?
I don't remember, but
Oh.
I know she got home safe. So
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
That's good.
And
Okay.
All
have you
right.
been able to keep the conversation going with her after the date?
well, that's the thing. It's like I haven't got any responses from her. I mean, she liked one of my texts, so I know she saw it.
Okay.
Oh, that's
But
good.
she didn't send, had a great time, anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I mean, maybe she regrets selling the necklace and felt like kind of pressured by you when she
yeah.
sobered up.
Well, I mean, I hope not, because we had a good time doing something we've totally never done before. I mean, same with her. So I like to see her again.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
well, we're going to give Becca a whole nother thing she's never done
Yeah.
before. A random phone call from a bunch of radio hosts when we come back and do your second date update right after this. What was supposed to be an ordinary date turned into a semi-drunk episode of Pawn Stars.
Why are we playing with this music?
I love that show, though.
It was crazy how it happened.
I
Because
guess.
Aaron saw a pawn shop out the window of
Oh,
the
that
bar
part,
that they
yeah.
were at. They ambled over across the street and he sold his date's necklace for beer money.
Dude,
Wow,
I
in the
mean,
recap, it sounds awful.
you say it in that sentence exactly, Jose.
I'm not even exaggerating.
I
Then they went
know.
back to the bar and drank more with the $80 that they scored
Yeah, it's a
until
lot of booze.
he decided to spend the night in the back seat of his own car.
Yeah.
God's honest truth.
You know,
Am I lying,
I mean,
Aaron?
what
Did
could
I
have gone
mess?
wrong?
Did I mess any of that story up?
When you recap the date like that, it sounds so a little creepy.
Yeah, no, it's not creepy. It just sounds like you're from my hometown. Like all of that. It's very familiar.
You're one of those friends in low places.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the date that you envisioned for yourself, clearly, but maybe it ended up better than you ever expected.
And you said you had fun.
I had a great time. I would love to see her again.
See, no regrets.
I can't believe that a girl wouldn't call a guy back after he couldn't sell his own grandma's cookie jar. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
we're
pretty sure George Clooney did that once.
No.
yeah, and look where he is now,
Exactly.
billionaire. So that's going to be you soon, Aaron. First, we got to get you out on another date with Becca, so we're going to call her right now, okay?
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hey, is this Becca?
this is Becca.
Hey, Becca, what's up? You're on the morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Hey, Becca.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hey. Welcome to the show.
So I'm literally on the radio right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
So hop on board because it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, okay?
Buckle up.
Okay.
Because, well, it's actually,
It could be smooth.
it could be
Yeah, you
smooth
could sleep in the back of the
because
car.
we're doing something called the second date update, and we're trying to hook you back up with a guy you went out with recently named Aaron.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys had a fun night together.
I mean, we definitely had a time.
Had a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great first date, but it kind of led to a kind of a bigger issue. So,
Oh, what kind of a thing?
Yeah.
well, I mean, did he tell you that we were kind of drunk and went to a pawn shop and he sold my necklace off my neck?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic was that to you?
I mean, it was definitely fun. I did not expect to walk out of that date without my necklace, or to close the bar down afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I guess I intended on calling him back, but
Yeah.
I took an Uber home after
Right.
our date, and I kind of couldn't help myself because before I parted with the necklace, I asked Aaron to take a photo of me handing over the necklace to the pawn shop guy.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Happy memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was a gesture. It was from my ex. And anyway, while I was in the Uber, I sent that photo to my ex.
Oh, no.
Oh,
A
so
revenge photo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that is a good revenge. I'm sorry, but I don't know if he.
Ha-ha. Look
That's
what
messed
happened
up.
to your sweet, precious jewelry that
Yeah.
you gave me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we had broken up probably 6 months ago or something, and we'd hooked up a couple of times since
Right.
then.
How it
but,
goes.
Yeah, and so I had started an online dating profile to help me get over him, or just find other options, so I didn't keep doing that. But then this selling the necklace was supposed to be the nail in the coffin,
Right.
shutting the door.
Oh,
Bye-bye
man.
forever.
And that's a
Right.
huge middle finger to get in your text.
yeah.
What did your ex say?
Well, he didn't really say much. He'd actually just put question marks, and I got home and I passed out and I didn't really care. So
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Drunken
That's
night.
good.
All
Does
right.
sound like you're over him then.
Yeah,
So what's the issue
What's
here?
wrong?
But then the next day, I woke up to my door, knock at my door, and it's my ex holding the necklace.
What?
Wait, what?
Did he go back to the pawn
Whoa.
shop?
He had done some investigative work and figured out which pawn shop it was, bought the necklace back for $320.
Oh.
Oh, they made a pretty penny.
This is how much you mean to me.
Oh.
You
What?
sold it and he still wanted you
That's
back?
cute.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is really sad.
Yeah.
Cute.
That's how men operate.
little
We operate
desperate.
on sadness.
Okay.
So
Not every man does that.
90% of us do. So
I mean, you hated
Really?
him enough to pawn the necklace he gave you and then send it in a text.
I was drinking.
Okay.
The liquor
So
talking.
let's guess what happened next.
So
or you just tell us.
We didn't hook up, if that's what you're implying, but I did invite him in. We had some coffee. We talked things over.
And honestly, I mean, it was so unexpected. Maybe it was because I was hungover. Maybe it was because it was hot. Like it was hot for him to go through all that trouble and then pay $320 to get it back.
Chris are sad.
Could you get a new necklace at that point, too?
You text in and vote right now, 78592. Hot or not?
I mean, he did spend over $300 on it.
That is a nice.
I mean, what was it worth to begin with? Did he ever tell you?
I don't know. He never told me, but it could not have been more than $250.
Something to say. Hello.
Oh.
Hello there.
Aaron? Is that Aaron?
Yeah, that's Aaron. He's been listening.
That's your ex-boyfriend.
Oh, no, I think her ex-boyfriend's in the back room. Is what I'm getting. Yeah.
Right,
He's been listening on the other line this entire time, wanting to jump in.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh
sorry.
my
That's how
God.
this segment works. Aaron?
Yeah. So wait, hold on. So you had an amazing time with me, but then you got back with your ex. Is that what you hooked up with your ex?
I did not hook up with my ex, but we have decided to
hook up
try
later.
things out. I mean, we want to try, we're trying it again. It's like, thank you so much. I mean, we had a fun date, and I think you're a really great guy. I was 100% anticipating having a second date with you.
Oh, man.
I'm just being really honest. Like, this really hurts, actually. Like, I didn't expect like this would happen. I thought we had a great time, and it was like you said, it was 6 months ago. Like, really, you want to try that again instead of trying something new, like we did?
You're getting with exes is very risky.
Aaron basically teed up her ex to slam this home.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. It just happened,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know, but you thought that you were ridding her of the ex instead of, you know what I mean? Like you're getting rid of the necklace. We're washing ourselves clean. We're moving forward.
And you were probably just asleep in your car when he was across the street. Buying it.
Oh my God.
Alexis right the next morning. This guy's probably buying her the necklace.
You were
It's
asleep
the
in
new
your
thing
car?
that makes good things happen. So that's what I'm.
You were asleep in your car?
Oh, sorry.
Oh God, yeah. I didn't want to leave my car. Look, I just damn it.
You didn't just take an Uber
I didn't want to
home?
leave the car there, and I couldn't drive home. You know how drunk I was.
No, I mean, I'm glad you didn't drive home, but I definitely didn't think you would sleep in your car. Like,
What do you want her to do? Go pawn it?
Alexis.
Sorry. It
Look,
happened.
I think you're great, and
Good segue. Good timing.
Okay.
He's really sweet.
Maybe you should offer to buy the necklace back for even more than $320. Pull the ultimate flex.
I don't know. I think if you're not taking an Uber home, like I doubt you're going to spend more than $320 on this necklace.
Oh, you're price shaming him now.
it's just a gesture of money. We had a great time. He just paid with money.
I think that's important to keep in mind here. And also, it's important to keep in mind that she hasn't hooked up with her ex-boyfriend yet. With that being said, I think I'm going to propose the two of you go out on another date, you and Aaron, and you can use it as a competition now to see who do you want to get with more, Aaron or your ex-boyfriend.
Or maybe Aaron will lead you to another ex, and then you can have multiple exes to choose from.
Good God.
This has already been like kind of a shock to the system, but I mean...
Oh, I hear hesitation.
But now I think I feel like a second date. Would that be awkward? I mean,
you'd be cheating on your new boyfriend.
No, they're not together yet.
Only if you're wearing that necklace again, then it might be a little awkward.
They're just talking.
Hey, look, after a couple whiskey sours, whiskey cokes, whatever you want, we're going to sell that thing again.
Come on, let's see how many times your ex-boyfriend will buy it back.
This
That'd
is
be
a
so
fun
fun.
game. Come on, go out one more time and we'll pay for it. Yes or no?
all right, if you guys are paying for it, I will do a second date.
It's a sloppy second date, just the way that we like it. We'll even throw in a free radio station blanket that the two of you can cuddle up underneath in the back seat of Aaron's car.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
I was going to ask if you can definitely foot the Uber bill too, but
Look, kids are great. We love kids.
I see a butt coming. I hear a butt coming.
Why is Jeff laughing?
But
Yeah, there it is.
sometimes, I'm just saying, sometimes there are certain situations where you'd rather not have a child around.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, sure,
Like at the tantric massage parlor near Brooke's house.
I would not invite kids there.
I don't think kids are welcome in there.
Or at an important job interview.
He's a ginger. He's a ginger.
Okay, Timothy, he might be my future boss. Please don't say that. Or in the middle of a romantic dinner date.
Oh.
Now that's rough.
But that's what happened to one of our listeners recently when a random child walked up to their table at the restaurant and decided to say something.
Uh-oh.
That they didn't realize at the time would throw off the rest of the entire evening.
Uh-oh.
So we're not saying kids are bad.
Okay.
No,
But-
Jeffrey's just saying they shouldn't be allowed in restaurants.
Maybe this child should call in and apologize for what you're about to hear in a brand new second date update next. What's the fastest you've ever gone from dating app to first date?
Oh,
wow, that's interesting.
Because usually it takes some, sweet talking and finagling, a little get to know you. You make a couple jokes, exchange a couple pics.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gabe says they only sent 2 messages before they agreed to meet up.
Dang.
That has to be a record.
What were the messages? It had to be more than "How are you?"
Wow.
I don't know what it says. It either screams super charming or super desperate. So, Gabe, which one of those would you say describes you the best?
I would say definitely super charming.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's okay if you're both desperate at the same time. It cancels each other out.
Right.
It's like 2 negatives.
Gabe,
right?
That's how Brooke met her husband. It was great.
Gabe, a lot of people can relate. I had a girl snap me the other day, hey, I got a pack of Bud Lights, can I come over? And I was like, whoa, stranger danger.
Oh.
And I don't drink.
That's also a terrible intro.
Yeah, I know. She obviously was thirsty.
And Gabe, by the way, that was his mom, too.
Yeah.
So
No, you don't need to tell everyone, Jeff.
you're already starting off on a higher level than us. Tell us about the woman that you met online, right?
Yeah, so I met this girl named Abby off a dating app,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't really mess around with this small talk right away. And I'm like that anyway, so it was kind of perfect. She's like, hey, I'm not a big texter or pen pal person. Let's just meet.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Whoa.
Is that the first
Sketchy.
message she sent you, or had you messaged her first?
No, that was on her dating profile.
Oh.
Oh, so that's the PSA for everyone.
Wow.
Okay. So it wasn't special treatment for you.
Correct. She's very blunt and to the point, which I really love.
That can be refreshing, yeah.
So what did you write to her to make her interested in meeting up with you in person?
Well, I think it wasn't much. It was like, I agree with you. Let's not get stuck on this app and text. Let's meet in person. And she had an amazing smile. So I knew there was attraction. So I'm like, great, let's meet.
That's awesome because you have the entire rest of your lives to talk and bore each other and get to know each other that way. Let's just cut right to the
Get
juice.
in a room.
I don't know though. You're total strangers. Like you
Yeah.
don't even have. I
Sketchy.
mean, it's one thing when you're like set up on a blind date by a friend. There's some like, well, somebody's vouching for this person.
True.
This is like out of the blue.
Internet stranger.
Yeah, I didn't really feel she was a stranger. Like, she had a nice listings of stuff on her profile. I kind of had an idea of who she was. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of knew, at least in writing, what kind of person she was. So I felt comfortable. It wasn't a big deal.
That's great.
That's
so
like-
That is good.
Yes.
yeah, a little
You're
danger.
trustworthy.
Little danger
It
is
is
exciting
dang-
on a first
it is
date.
dangerous.
So what did you guys end up doing?
I mean, you obviously met, right?
Yeah, so we met up at a restaurant.
Public area.
You guys
Good.
really jumped right into
Yeah.
it. I thought for sure it'd be coffee.
Yeah, it was dinner. And getting to know her a little bit at dinner, she's a very to-the-point person, but still friendly. She wasn't like a dick or mean or anything. She's very beautiful, great smile.
That'd be kind of funny. She sits down. She's like, all right, let's get these appetizers going. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
Let's eat first.
Yeah, let's eat and then we'll go from there.
But it's so different. Like you're going into a dinner where you know nothing about this person. All the other
Yeah.
dates,
you're
you already
right,
know
Brooke.
some history, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like-
But if you get to know people, then that gives you reasons to not like them. So it's safer to not do that. I get it.
Jeff's like, I've never get you.
Yeah,
Use
that's why
anybody.
no one should ever ask me anything, and we'll be good. What, did it work out well for you, Gabe and Abby?
Yeah, what was the conversation
Yeah.
like?
It was a great conversation. We talked about family and what she's into and
Good.
what she does outside of work. So it was a nice flow. I mean, I'm not going to lie. And then actually something really cute happened. Some little kid came up to our table. He was in a Superman cape, you know. He came kind of running up,
Mm-hmm.
and she was playing along like, hey, Superman, are you here looking for your villain? Like, she was like playing into this kid.
Cute.
She didn't roll her
Wow.
eyes and say, God, some parents. Like, this is a restaurant. Get in control of your
Yeah,
children.
I'd be like, kid, get away.
Basically, I would have been the same way. Like, kids, go scram, go with your parents. You're interrupting our day. But like,
Right.
she was like charming, actually. And so I was like, oh, and look, I want to have kids one day. And so I'm like, maybe this would be a great mom.
She's a future MILF.
Nurturing.
Yeah. I hope you didn't tell her that. That's usually a turn off when you hear that on a first date. You're going to be a great mom.
Yeah, no, I held off on that.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, it's a sweet thought.
How did dinner end?
So it ended, I thought, pretty well. And I said to her, I'm thinking I'd want another date with you. And she kind of laughed and says, we'll see, but in a cutesy way.
Oh.
But now here we are, a week and a half later, and nothing. She hasn't responded to me. So
maybe she wasn't being as cutesy as you thought when she said that?
Yeah.
A little more direct.
Did I do something wrong? Did I say something? I'd like to know where I stand.
I feel like it's going to be easy if this is a direct person.
I was just going to say that, Brooke. I mean, as long as it's easier to pick up, and then it should be a short phone call.
Yeah, but she might be brutally honest. So you better be prepared for that.
But you would think if she was that brutally honest, she would have just told him directly, we're not going to hang out again.
So many what
Instead of leaving him hanging.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of maybes flying around.
Could have been her kid actually in real life, and she just wanted to, get away from him.
Mommy's on a date. I told you.
Sit in booth number 4, honey.
That could have been her little test, and you failed, Gabe.
Oh, no. That's her little super boy.
God, if that really was her kid, then, that's pretty impressive. Bravo to her. I didn't see that coming, but the kid didn't look like her, by the way. It didn't look like her, so I didn't think that.
You better go check your bill. Make sure you didn't pay for a kid's meal.
We're going to find out for sure when we come back. We call this woman and we interrogate her on if she's a mom or not, and if she wants to go out with you again.
I think we could come in a little looser than that. But that
No, we're coming in hard and fast like Superman would.
All right.
When we do your second date update right after this. Look, it's a kid in a cape at a restaurant. And he didn't get kicked out.
Yay!
Because one of our listeners, Gabe, was on a date with a woman recently when a super child swooped up to their table.
Yeah.
And the woman he was with, named Abby, treated him really nicely.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
Oh, pleasant.
Played along, even got into the game of pretend.
Yeah, like who's the villain? Broccoli is my kryptonite. No. And when he suggested afterwards that they hang out again, Abby replied, we'll see.
Yeah. Which he thought was flirty until she stopped calling him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Directly to the point.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not going to take superhero strength to get Gabe another date here, because looking around the room, I don't know if we have it in us, to be honest.
Alexis said she lifted one weight at a gym yesterday.
I did. I'm a little sore, but I might be able to pull through.
Yeah.
Wow. A 2.5 pounder? Good for you.
Yeah.
5 after there's one in each hand.
Wow.
She's also like a super kid.
Oh, never mind. Should have given us more credit. Gabe, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that we're going to get this done for you?
Probably a 6.
Oh.
Ouch.
I thought it would be.
You lied to us and said 10.
Well, nothing against you guys. I just feel like I'd done something wrong, and so I'm a little nervous about it.
Okay, all right. So you're the reason it's a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
We blame you.
All right, we're going to put all the blame on you if this goes wrong, but if it goes right, 100% of the credit goes to us.
I like that.
Deal?
That works.
All right. I'm glad we agree. Let's call this lady for you, see if we can get another date. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Abby?
Yeah?
Hey, Abby, you may or may not know us, but we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we were hoping we could take a second of your time to talk date life.
Talk what?
Hi, Gabby. Hi, Abby. Sorry, I almost called you Gabby because who you went out
guys
with.
are awkward.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
You were laughing at what I said, and it
I
wasn't
don't know.
you.
Hey,
Sorry,
we should
Abby.
probably talk to her a little bit.
No, I like talking around her. No, seriously. Gabby, what's up?
No, it's Abby.
It's Abby.
Oh, sorry.
Brooke messed it
You
up.
know what? I'm mashing the name up with the guy that you went out with
That's what
recently.
Brooke said. You're not listening either.
Oh,
This is a mess.
This is all awful.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Abby.
you know what? At this point, we're just going to have Alexis take over
Good
from here. She
idea,
needs some
Alexis.
experience.
Wow.
Alexis, run the combo.
How many people are on the phone right now?
Yeah, that's a lot. Where's 4 of us?
It's a whole room full of us.
Together we make
Four
one
of
brain.
you.
Well, we're a
Yeah.
morning show. It's a radio show.
I'm on the radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
Yes.
got there.
And we're doing a segment called the Second Date Update, and we're trying to help out one of our listeners named Gabe, who you met at a restaurant recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
Did you have a fun time with Gabe?
Well, here's the deal. I like getting to know him. I
found him to be interesting at first, but then he said a bunch of things that were pretty off-putting to me, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love pudding,
I mean, one of the
so
good things he said about you is he loved how honest you were, and so I don't know that he would be hurt to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little clueless. I don't think that he realizes that he said anything that could have come across offensive.
One of the things that he said to me at first was, "You look nice in this light."
Okay.
Okay. Like,
And
you
where's
look
the
pretty?
bad part?
Well, because it's in this
It's a little
light.
backhanded.
Yeah.
Oh, you read into that.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's the thing. There was no light. It was super dark where we were. Like, I looked nice in the dark.
That's
Oh,
bad.
that's rude.
No, wait,
Yeah.
it could be a compliment. You don't
No.
need light to look pretty.
Brooke,
I would take that as a no.
Brooke, I've heard you say this before. Like, ooh, the lighting in here is perfect for me and things
For
like
me,
that.
I can say that about
Yeah.
myself.
Well, he said more than that. We haven't even gotten to the other things he said.
No.
Okay.
Oh, there's more?
He said, "I bet you're so pretty that the guys online are throwing themselves at you." What, like guys in person don't throw themselves at me? Like,
Well,
come on.
okay.
That's so
That one's not as
nitpicky.
I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I think that maybe you were hurt from the lighting comment, and then
You're like defensive.
so now you're looking for the backhanded compliments.
no, like I have nothing else to offer except my looks. Like, come on.
Well, you know what's interesting? He didn't even bring up your looks when we talked to him about.
Don't
all
tell
the
her that, Brooke. No.
Oh my God.
She has
He
other,
says you're
Okay.
gorgeous.
She has
Yes.
other things to offer. He talked about how lovely and how great she was with the kid and what a good person
The
she
kid,
seems
that's
like.
true. He said
Oh,
something
the
All
about
right.
kid.
He did mention a good moment where a kid
I
came up to
mean-
the table and you were really playful.
Yeah, he was like so impressed that I shockingly be good with kids. Like, of course I'm good with kids. Like,
Wait,
It seems like
You
every
were,
compliment.
hold on, you were offended that he said that you seem to be good with kids?
yeah, like why wouldn't I be?
I don't think he meant it as a surprise. He just has never met you before, so
Yeah,
everything's
he's-
new and
You go in with
surprising.
low expectations.
But I just think you give him a chance. Like, he's nervous. He's trying to be nice to you.
I don't see it that way at all.
Well, you don't have to take it directly from us. You can actually hear it straight from Gabe's mouth because he's on the other line listening right now, wanting to talk to you and not compliment you in any way.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. Don't set him up
Well,
like
I don't know that. Gabe, are you there?
Hey, guys. Hey, Abby. Hey. Here we are.
He's like, this is awkward.
He's clearly a little bit scared.
Uh-huh.
So there's another person on the line too?
Yeah, it's
Well-
him. It's Gabe.
Yeah.
The one you went out with.
God, this is like a crazy party.
It is like a party.
Gabe, talk to Abby. Tell her what you meant.
So I didn't mean anything like negative or derogatory. I was trying to compliment you. I was trying to be flirty. I was trying to be cutesy, cheeky. You know what I mean? And I don't remember you having an ego like you do now. I will say that.
Oh, that's not helpful,
Oh.
Gabe. That's not
gonna
helpful.
win you any points.
But I mean, I'm shocked to hear all this. And when I said you look good in this light, you took it in a way that I meant that had nothing to do what you thought it was. Like maybe you have some insecurity issues. I don't know.
Oh, I
What
have
I'm saying
insecurities
is-
now too. So that's just what I'm talking about. Like,
Okay, wait, let me just jump in really quick. I think what he meant by that is I'm really, really sorry.
Yeah.
This is why Jeff's a good
Yeah,
compliment
All,
translator.
all you have to do is bring Jeff on every date you ever go on,
Yeah.
and he will interpret in the correct way.
Men have a hard
Yeah.
time expressing what they really
Okay.
feel inside, so I can
Yeah.
translate. He's deeply apologetic.
I'm not hearing that at all. Like, I don't.
Yeah, Gabe, why are you saying things like that? You're like accusing her of having a big ego and being insecure. Why would you even mention that?
Again, I was trying to be cute and flirty, and now I'm hearing this side of her, like, which came out of nowhere. She didn't say any of this during our dinner. I'm just glad I didn't say anything wrong, truly,
don't be
because
too
Yeah,
upset.
I can
Calm
understand,
down.
Gabe. You're feeling a little bit attacked
Yeah,
because
that's a good
she
way,
thinks that you're being insulting and you don't feel that way. Maybe this is a good chance to hit the reset button and try complimenting her in a totally non-offensive, completely 100% safe way.
Good idea, Jeff.
Whatever
Let's
you
give
do,
it a
Gabe,
shot.
do not say you're smart for a woman. Don't say that.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't
no.
don't say what Brooke's husband tells to her.
I will compliment you right now again, Abby, like I did a few times. You are remarkable. You are gorgeous and an incredible soon-to-be mother. And how you kind of played with that young kid who came over with the super
Soon-to-be
cake.
mother, what, do I look fat now too?
No,
Oh, no.
You don't ever say
No,
soon.
where are you getting this? What's wrong? Like, what's happening here?
Well, said soon to be.
No,
No.
I've heard enough. Honestly, this has been enough. I didn't need to engage in it a second time, quite frankly. So I'm going to go.
Gabe.
He's trying, but it's just
I
not
don't think
working.
it. I
It's
get
not
her
working.
side.
Word of advice, next time you go out with a woman, a beautiful woman, a lovely woman, I mean, maybe you just try not to shame her all the time, okay?
I don't think that's his intention.
It's not a bad piece of advice.
Well, of course. I think everyone should know that.
Gabe, you can compliment her on that nice piece of advice that she gave you.
That was a wonderful piece of advice, Abby. I'm going to take it to heart, and I'm going to make a note in my journal about it when I write tonight, so I appreciate that. And I wish you the best. You're beautiful. You're charming.
Okay.
You don't have an ego.
We're done.
You have
Okay.
wonderful
Okay.
people.
Now it sounds sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's like he's overcompensating.
Are we even going to ask,
Well,
Jeff?
we still need to, I think, technically.
It's just like their chemistry is off. Like no one's done anything crazy
This wouldn't
wrong.
happen if they texted before they went on a date.
Oh, maybe.
That's a good point. But we would love to offer to send you guys out to meet up one more time.
Hard pass. Thank you, though. Hard pass.
Okay.
Shocking.
Well, it's a no from Abby, it sounds like. But Gabe, I haven't heard from you. Are you still in?
Why does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
A solo date by yourself.
Oh.
Do we offer?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are paying, I wouldn't mind that. That'd be nice.
Okay,
All
we
right.
can like practice
Yes.
by yourself.
Maybe across from a mirror.
He's at a low-lit diner just talking to himself.
Getting super offended by the things that he says. We have reached a special milestone on the show.
Oh.
And no, it's not Brooke's 90th year in radio.
Oh,
That was last month, yeah.
That's right, I remember.
There's so many of them that I forget.
We're celebrating.
Yeah.
Right. It was celebrating when she started a podcast with the Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which you had to play on a phonograph back then.
I called him Big Al.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
call into the studio. The number's 1.
No, you just
We're the
dialed.
only one.
You just picked up the phone and talked to the operator.
Oh.
There's no.
And their show
Yeah.
covered tips and tricks on how to avoid typhoid and diphtheria, and also how to seal an open wound with ketchup.
We also did the Morse code slang word of the week.
Yeah.
You know,
there's so many ideas.
A lot of that, just a lot of how to not die.
Yeah, long
segments.
long.
The second date
dot.
update?
Yeah.
Well, she's a woman. She has to go out with you.
But man, we have come a long way since then, and
Wow.
Yeah.
not just Brooke, the entire show.
I kind of
All of
miss
us,
those days.
But mainly Brooke.
Yeah.
But we
I
have-
survived a lot.
Yes, you did. And now we've reached this crazy milestone second date update with one of the nicest guys we've ever had on the show. So you can hear it and be a part of our radio history right after this.
When does the typhoid stuff come in?
Not to put any pressure on this second date update, but assuming this actually goes to air,
Okay.
this will be our 1,000th second date phone call.
No way! Wow.
Are you joking?
We've only had 490 people say no. No, wait.
You suck.
No, I'm
that
sorry.
right?
940 said no.
Oh, there we go.
You suck.
So, you hear that, Chris? That means you have a chance.
Ooh, I like those odds. Yay,
Chris,
I like those odds.
Welcome. Congratulations on being the
Wow.
1,000th second dater.
Thanks.
Wow, Chris. I was expecting more fireworks, more congratulations.
Wouldn't you guys think that after 1,000 of these, we would have a better percentage of like people saying yes?
No, not at all. I feel like it's getting worse as
Yeah.
the years go by.
We're caring less and less about this. I
No,
think.
I still care. I just keep getting it wrong.
Well,
Yeah,
because it's our
hard.
1,000th, we promise to care extra hard for you today, Chris. So tell us about the woman that you want us to call. What's her name?
Crazy.
Well, her name is Amanda, and I'm hoping that this results in a big 1,000 for you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
That would be huge.
I'm hoping she's more excited about being part of the 1,000th than you were.
Yes.
Chris.
You want to try again your excitement?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
There it is.
Now the move is
Yep,
set.
that's right, Chris.
I feel
So
good going into
believable.
this.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you met Amanda.
Well, we met online, and all the normal stuff, good. Like,
Okay.
she was really pretty. We chatted a lot. I was super excited to go out on a date with her and everything, but that's where we ran into the first little roadblock.
Oh, no.
Her schedule was really, really tight.
Oh.
I work as a nurse,
Mhm.
and the only day she was available would have been right at the end of a 35-hour shift.
Oh my gosh.
Why is that not illegal?
Yeah,
I mean-
seriously.
Yeah, no, like, should be illegal, but they should pay a lot more.
Right. But we'll get into that on a separate call.
Yeah.
Did you go on the date after your long shift?
I did.
Wow.
I needed, well, if it wasn't for this chance, there wasn't going to be another chance.
And how did it go?
I didn't fall asleep.
All right.
Accomplishment.
You know,
Most people, when they say I didn't fall asleep on a date, that wouldn't be a huge victory. But for Chris, that's a big win. We're proud
Maybe
of
she
you.
was impressed too.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine you're so tired that you're not even nervous when you're like, what'd you guys do?
Oh,
Go to
yeah.
drinks?
Yeah, we went for drinks. And the thing is, I didn't tell her that it was going to be at the end of a 35-hour shift.
Oh,
no.
I didn't want her to worry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna honestly
Okay.
think about it from her angle. If someone said I'm at the end of the 30, I would be like, do not go out with me. You need
Yeah.
some sleep. There's no way I'm gonna go. So I can see why he got
No, I feel
snuck
like
it
thanks
in.
for making time. Do it. You
Oh,
better.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, Alexis.
Just saying.
Okay, so
course you would.
how did it go?
It started out great. Ordered a couple of martinis, talked about our lives, talked about our dogs. We both have dogs. We were vibing on a bunch of stuff. I mean, everything was going awesome. And then she was like, hey, I need to go to the restroom real quick. I waited a while, and she just never came back.
Oh, no.
She ditched you?
This is why I never let women go to the restroom. I'm just like, you
Let
have to
them?
wait.
Yeah, that's cute.
Well, you can go after we're done.
Yeah. Pee on you, Jeff.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
So what? She never came
He likes
back?
that.
No, well, she sort of came back. Because after a while, I went and I asked the bartender, I'm like, hey, have you seen this girl I was with? And he's like, yeah, no, I totally saw her. She left a 20 on the bar and left.
Oh no, that's confirmation.
Dude, did you text her? I mean, you probably were so tired that you couldn't even muster anger, but.
Or maybe you were so tired, like the date actually went through and ended, and you just don't realize
Don't
it.
remember the end of it?
She's like, we kissed and everything. What do you mean?
What's the last thing that you do remember about the end of the day? How did it end?
Her leaving, me just standing there and being like, hey, this really just happened at the end of a 35-hour shift.
Oh.
And then I went home and slept for 12 hours.
Oh my God. Did you call her and read her the riot act? Where were you emotionally?
I mean, I'm just generally not that angry of a guy because all I've been running through my head is maybe I came across as a little more out of it than I thought. Maybe something weird slipped out of my mouth, but I can't imagine.
Like a piece of broccoli came out of your mouth? Or like a word?
That makes sense, bro, because if you're on a date and someone's yawning and they're exhausted, you make me feel like you're boring.
Ditch them though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You have to do something bad.
Yeah.
And why do you want to call her again? Why would you want to see her?
Well, I wanted the date in the first place, right? So all that stuff is still kind of there. And this is what she did that's pretty harsh. But listen, it's your guys' 1000th. I don't want this to be another L in the column.
Hey, we're used to being in the loser bracket. It's fine.
Don't worry.
Even if she doesn't want to go out again, nothing like this has ever happened to me before. And I need to know why.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
Okay. You're looking mainly for the reason, even if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But we do want to send you on another date, and we're going to really press the fact that you're an amazing healthcare worker.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude.
you're a hard worker.
And she's going to feel so guilty when she finds out that you had just finished a 35-hour shift and she ditched you.
Or do you still not want her to know that?
I mean, it's not that I don't want her to know, but I also don't want her to just say yes to another date out of pity.
Well, I do. I want her to pity.
She should feel
I want to guilt trip her until she says yes. Maybe that's just the Jewishness in me. But I swear it works.
At least get her out again, and then you can ditch her.
And remember,
It's our 1000th.
yeah, remember our record. We have 940 losses. We need one in the win column by whatever means
Get the
necessary.
You think you're desperate.
All right, pity date coming
That's
up
right.
on our 1000th second date update.
Man, that
right
sounds
after
good.
this.
Thanks, guys.
Out of all the human emotions, excitement, fear,
Okay.
joy,
Yep.
none are stronger and more powerful than pity.
Oh my God, I did not see that coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
Why do you think I work with Brooke?
Oh,
Because I
that makes
pity
sense.
her.
No,
Okay.
it's the only way. I'm the only dummy that would work with you.
Sure, there's a lot of love and
Yeah,
respect
sure. That was
between
cute.
us, but deep down at the nougaty center of this work relationship is a heaping, delicious nugget of pity.
Of pity.
Yeah,
Yeah, on you. You've only worked here your whole life. It's very sad.
Oh,
Is this your first job?
Jeez.
See? Look at the bonds that are happening here. The joy that's coming out of this moment.
It was your first job, wasn't it?
I'm starting to feel bad for you too, Jeff.
Good. Let's harness the pity in the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
And add in a little guilt to help our listener Chris get a second date with Amanda.
I'm with you. We've got the king of pity ready to take it on for you, Chris.
That's right, Chris, because if you're just tuning in, he met her after working a 35-hour shift at the hospital where he's a nurse.
God, I love how we complain that we're tired after like 6 hours.
I know. Brooke, that is me. This guy is a saint.
Chris, you're still awake, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get off of a long shift, did you?
No. Today's an off day.
Okay.
This is the off day, you?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like an off
Can
day.
you imagine when he's on?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
And he saves it for his patients.
Okay, well, we're going to save all of your energy until we call you into the conversation.
And I'll try my best to be nice because right now I am not happy with her.
Uh-oh.
I appreciate this because I need to know why.
Let's get there. We'll find your why. I don't know. I feel very... Okay. Let's go.
I like that attitude.
We'll find that
Let's make the 1,000th second date phone call. Hopefully end it on a good note. Here we go.
Hello?
Right off the bat, the judgment.
I didn't say anything.
Well,
Hi,
didn't have
Amanda.
to. Hey, Amanda? Is this Amanda?
This is she.
Hey, you may or may not know us, but we are a morning radio show. We're called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we would love to talk to you a little bit about your personal life.
Just one specific thing.
Yeah,
not all of it.
I would love to talk to you about your entire life, but if you want, we could just focus on the dating aspect because we're doing a segment called a second date update, and we're trying to help out one of our listeners that you met up with the other night named Chris.
Oh. This is an interesting conversation. Okay.
Yeah, we'd like to gauge how you feel about Chris and the chances of you guys meeting up for a second date.
Is that really?
Well, I'm assuming that, you have a story that he emailed you or something. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to read your vibe first before I told you what we know about it. Because here's the information that we have. We know that you two met online, that you both have very busy schedules, and this was the only night that you guys could get together. And so you went to a bar, had drinks, and talked about a lot of stuff like your lives and your dogs.
And he really felt like you guys were like having a good time, like really connecting in conversation. Did you feel that?
I did. I agree. It was nice.
The thing is, he didn't tell us the exact amount of time that the two of you were there, but from the sound of it, it was around 15 to 20 minutes maybe. And then you excused yourself to go to the bathroom and never came back to the table.
Ugh.
Well,
before you tell us your excuse about why you did it.
And why you don't sound guilty right now, I would also like to know.
I think you do need to know something about Chris, that he is a dedicated healthcare worker who had just come off a 35-hour shift to meet up with you. And I know that you didn't know that.
He didn't want to tell you.
He didn't tell you. But I do think it's pretty brutal to ditch somebody like that.
We all think that. I bet you think that. How would you feel if someone left you in the middle of a date?
How would you feel if somebody fell asleep on yours?
Oh,
well,
he did.
Well,
He fell
one time
asleep.
it happened. It wasn't that bad.
Wait, he fell asleep.
Listen, I excused myself to the restroom. When I got back, maybe 5 minutes later, he was asleep.
Okay, but it's not like he fell asleep like while talking to you.
Yeah,
He
this
fell
is
asleep
better.
while you weren't there.
Yeah.
I was gone for less than 5 minutes, and I didn't know that he was up for 35 hours.
Yeah. He should have told you that.
Saving lives for 35 hours.
So wait, why didn't you wake him up? I would have just woken the person up.
Oh, I tried.
He was
you did?
Tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, Chris.
Were you worried that he was dead?
No, I saw him breathing, but I figured he'd been drinking all day. I didn't know if he was a drunk.
I could see that.
So I did the decent thing. I paid the tab.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He said that he asked the bartender.
And that you left a $20 bill for them.
But the bartender didn't tell him he was asleep. Did the bartender not see?
Maybe not.
Honestly, I have no idea. We weren't very close to him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't notice.
Oh, my God.
Well, you're actually closer to him than you realize. You're one phone line away from each other. And when I push this button, you're going to be on the same line. So here we go. I'm pushing it right now.
For the 1,000th time, hit the
Chris,
button.
you there?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, I thought you fell asleep for a second.
Chris, this all makes sense. I bet you feel so relieved.
Bro.
Chris, are you there? You fall asleep now?
Yeah. No. I'm here. Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Chris.
I think we just had that moment.
Yeah.
Come on. That didn't actually happen, right?
What?
Yes, it did. And it did. Like, I promise you, I sat with you for 15 minutes while you had your head on the table and your hands in your lap and you were snoring.
You stayed with him while he slept?
Yes, because I thought he would wake up. And I was enjoying our time.
He must have been so tired.
Chris, how's that make you feel?
I find that pretty hard to believe.
What?
Wait,
Really?
You just got off a 35-hour shift. How is that hard to believe?
Because it wasn't my first ever 35-hour shift. I don't just pass out in bars like that.
What, you go to the bars often after a 35-hour shift?
If anyone deserves a margarita.
I mean,
I think a lot of healthcare workers actually do.
Yeah.
It makes
They
sense,
actually go real
though.
hard.
I know, but you have like a couple sips of a martini. Those are going to put you out in a second.
I remembered if I passed out because, I didn't lose any time. I was there. She left. I waited. And then I got right up and went and talked to the bartender. There was no, loss of time.
Oh, so you don't remember waking up.
But listen, how could she lie? She told us that story before she even knew that you were on that long shift.
And why would she make that up?
Maybe she's trying to cover up because she's on the radio now that she's trying to look better for ditching me.
I'm not lying, and I don't know how to prove it to you.
Maybe some security camera footage from inside the restaurant?
Oh, great. Now we need the CCTV.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, she didn't even know that you did the 35-hour shift because she told us that before Jeff told her.
No, I think I told her first, and then I asked for her excuse.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
I just don't know what else to say. It happened, and I'm sorry that it did, and that sucks. And I would have been more understanding, and I probably would have responded to the text messages that you sent me if I had known the circumstances.
Okay. Well,
this is like a classic.
I think
she said.
overall, before all the sleeping confusion, he liked Amanda. Amanda liked Chris.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to that moment and offer to send you guys out again. Yeah. I need to ask Amanda, would you like to go out with Chris one more time? Give it another shot for him to be awake the entire dinner? And we would pay for it.
Well, I should be totally transparent with him on the line. I am seeing other people because I'm dating. I'm not exclusive with anybody. So if that's something that he's okay with, going on a casual date, I would like to try again. I really liked our time together.
Oh, that makes you feel special, huh, Chris?
It's so normal. I don't think you need to say that. Yeah.
Hey,
Chris,
She's honest. She's forthright.
what do you think about being one of many?
I don't believe her, and now she's saying she might go out with me amongst a bunch of other guys, which is also, I guess, why she didn't have any room in her schedule to go out except that one night.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, maybe you shouldn't believe that she will go out with other guys, too. Don't believe her on that fact either.
You're not going to say no, are you, Chris?
No.
Wait, no to Brooke?
Yeah,
or
no to Brooke or no to...
Oh, yeah, or no to the date.
No to the date. I don't believe her. I think.
Wow. All right. Mark it up on the board. 941 no's for Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. Well, Chris, make sure you get some rest, okay? We'll see you in a week.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
I'll try.
Oh, there he is.